live.
Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, worst master player.
It's your boy, worst master NA. I rolled a 2.
Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Gaming, and I have a locals top 4 video for you guys. Our locals in Fort Myers, Florida, Dragon's Lair Gaming, and on the left is me playing Beelstarmon. On the right is the worst Mastemon player in North America, George Gigantus, playing Mastemon. So I left that little clipping because George asked me to. He does start the game, evolving to Ignite, and playing Gatomon in the back. I do go up into the scatter mode and drop the blue tamer. He is going to take a check, hit the Kaitis Breath, and I'm going to bounce that Gatomon back to his hand. He's just going to play a Mirai. Here I am going to swing over the Ignite because I do not want him to pressure me back as much as I'm trying to build pressure against him. I do go up into that blocker again to stead off some of his early pressure. In the back he does go into that Gato. He does hit the Analog Youth in security. All of my security checks are living, and I do just pass turn, swinging with the blocker and everything, just trying to put as much pressure as I can on him before he can potentially finish the game in late game. He does get the little Mirai combo up here, going into the Mastemon and playing Lucemon, killing the blocker and the tamer. I'll resolve an inheritable to drop another 7 cost in trash. He does just get some free security checks and a chaos degrade, which is rough for me. But I do just fly bullet the Mastemon. I do have that Psychmon in the back that's going to come up and try and get some chip damage in. He does have a bit more of a developed board, but he does hit the Happy Bullet in security, which is good for me. It kind of equalizes things a little bit, but with his 3 tamers, he is really just in the driver's seat this game, even though I did a lot of things early game to try and not fall too far behind. He does get that combo again into another Mastemon. And here we are going to see him get back the Ignite. We're going to see that swing, hit a Gazi, go into Devimon with Rush, and just drop that Psychmon. I think here I'm just going to pick it up. It looks untenable for me to win this. After thinking for a minute, I just Deathclaw, and he has something in the back too. So yeah, we just scoop it up, go to game 2. So quick win for George on the right, trying to change titles over here to best Mastemon player NA. He played all of the cards the way he should that round, and definitely kept me on the back foot. So here we're shuffling up for game 2. I believe I'm going to ask him to go first, if I remember correctly. And he does open with that Psychmon in the back, followed by the Analog Youth. And here I do have the full perfect Eismon stack, and just dropping Eismon, he hits Matt on that first swing. We are going to swing over the Psychmon and then into security. I'm just going to drop a Gazi, just going to rush him with my shadows and my bunnies. The deck is just dog shadows and bunnies, really, and then it goes up into Bullet Waifu. You guys know the vibes. So here, the Eismon's just surviving everything, but I drop a Plasma and a Happy Bullet, and I do just drop the Psychmon to protect me if he does have a Death X. As I mean, he changes lists a lot, but I'm sure he runs a Death X in this list. He's got so many tamers, memory boosts, he's got a lot of setup going, so it is still a very scary situation. But here, I'm just going to go for security and hope nothing can answer my board, and it doesn't. So there's game 2. Just went that rookie rush route, which is sometimes the best way to go. And here, we shuffle up for our game 3. After 2 fairly quick games, which, as you know, these decks can be a little grindy, so it is a little out of character for such quick games. So we are shuffling up game 3. I am almost positive that he is going to ask me to go first. So let's see. Yep, here we go. I start off with that Gabumon in the back, dropping a Gazimon. He opens Analog Youth with the Gatomon. We do see that swing because I just don't have a level 4 in hand, I'm assuming. We do see another swing. I'm just trying to lay the pressure on as he is starting to get set up. And I do drop Hiroshiro and Matt. Unfortunately not having any Digimon to really take advantage of. But the Matt really helps if I do run 6 Gabumons. So if I see any of those in the back, it just helps me draw a card, get some memory, set up a better turn. Here he goes into the Angel Woman. Gets another Angel Woman from his security, if I saw that correctly. Does drop that Analog Youth, grabbing the Devimon, and then he's just going to hard play the Lady Devimon, getting back the Gatomon on the Mastemon effect. Just a huge turn for him, puts him in a good place. So here I do go into that Gabumon in the back. And I am just going to drop Beelstar and bounce the Mastemon into the hand because I don't have a kill spell, just the bounce spell. It does go into another Angel Woman. Just evolve into the Ophani and swing. Hits a Gabumon. Drops Taper. So I do get the card draw and memory gain off the mat. Here I'm going to go into a promote and swing into security. Is going to survive, which I don't hate, you know, more pressure. We're going to swing with Beelstar, draw a card off the Tamer, and we are going to go Vault Schwarmer just from hand. Ignoring the color cost because I do control 3 Musketeer, killing my stuff so I get some inheritables, and killing his little guy. He's going to swing over the Beels with Ophani. And if I remember correctly here, I think he just goes up into a second Ophani at this point. Or maybe that's later in the game. He does play the Angel Woman. So here I set up the Gabumon with a Blanc, so I will be gaining another memory and drawing a card at the beginning of the next main phase thanks to that mat. Bond of Beelstar really paying off. It's a good cheap blue tamer that turns on your blue options and also can give you some extended value throughout the game, not just when you're dropping Beelstars like Kiroshiro does. So here I do drop another Beelstar, and we are going to see me Nailbone, just to get some additional pressure in, or rather make him try to answer my board instead of put pressure on me. So he does go into that second Ophani. Hits 2 checks, and I do use the Fly Bullet to kill the Gatomon. The reason I do this, I think at this point I do have a Happy Bullet in my hand, so I want maximum value out of that. I'd be able to answer 2 bodies because I do not think he has the Ordeanmon or runs it. Just based on matchups I've had with him in the past, I don't think he's a fan of Ordeanmon. And a lot of Mastemon players only run the 1 of, so if he has it, I might get blown out. But if he doesn't, I can take advantage of that. But here he does just calling anyway. So my Happy Bullet play has been foiled either way. Here he's going through his deck pretty quickly. He's got a huge hand, a lot of resources here. He's also staring down quite an unfortunate board. So he does go into Lady Devi back into another Ophanimon. So now the Happy Bullet play is alive once again. So we're going to start by swinging out, I'm sure. Get some value here. Here I'm thinking. Taking a big thought here. Really tanking, because I do have some other options. I do have a Death X in hand. So I'm just thinking about, you know, what the best play is going to be. I just swing with the Gabumon. He does block, because they do have blocker from their inheritables. Swing with the Beelstar and draw a card. He does have the Chaos Degrade. Goes to the bottom of security. So here we have a very even board state. Just 3 security, two Digimon on board, 2 Tamers each. He does have better Digimon currently, and he does have something in raising. Then here, we are just going to Beelstar, getting back a option and playing the Happy Bullet, which will kill both of his Ophani. So he's going to get back the Gatomon with 1, and the Devimon with the other. Getting to a dangerously low deck count over there, which I'm also paying attention to see if I can perhaps sneak out a win like that. He's counting his trash up. I'm assuming to see how cheap Lusamon is. He does swing with the Devimon, hit Ogre. Does swing with the Ignite. Lets me bounce the Gatomon back to his hand, which I want him to play it. I do want him to cycle through his cards at this point. But he does have the Psychmon, which stops me from dropping cheaper Beelstars. I don't mind. We're going to answer that suspended Digi. I do swing and hit Death X. We are going to see the Death Claw come down to kill that, followed by Dracmon just to get back the Calling from Darkness. Setting up big plays next turn, as I will be able to possibly double Beelstar fairly cheap if I do get the Calling from Darkness play off. And here he's just thinking about how to progress his board state without decking himself out, which is the problem with Mastemon decks as they get to the grindier part of the game. They need to figure out a way to late game climb their stack without decking out, and he does just drop a Tamer, set up like one final big turn. But here I do have, I believe, the cheap Beelstar. Oh no, I do just pass turn. But here, there's just no way he can get it, so he does extend the handshake, and that is GG's. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Can we get some worse Mastemon NA in chat for my boy George? And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Love you. Bye.